KATT-FM, Oklahoma City. KATT HD1, a Cumulus station.
The Rick and Brad Show.
On Rock 100.5.
The Cat.
Okay, so let me set the stage for you. I have a group of friends that we are in a, I don't even know what you would call this. We collectively text each other, and we look for funny or interesting things that we will send to each other, and then we'll all sort of joke around about them or whatever. And early yesterday morning, I got a text from my buddy Matt, and it had a link to this story from Channel 9 about a guy getting busted for marijuana. And so yesterday morning, we played it, talked about it, and it is a gem. I said this yesterday. It's the best local piece of news video that we've had at least since Sweet Brown.
Yeah.
And Joleen Chaney is the reporter that did the story. And oddly enough, she was the anchor when the Sweet Brown story aired.
Jolene's
right?
Here.
Isn't that right?
Now. Hang on, wait. We got to get her in.
Oh, yeah. She's never heard this, of course.
Everybody sing along.
I had nothing to do with that. You're right. I know you've heard it a million times.
Originality.
Exactly.
Guys, really.
Well, we were going to get the Miley Cyrus
Thank you for
version.
coming in.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
So let's go back and walk us through how this happened, because are you just out in the field and you just get a random call or text or whatever, and they say you got to go to this story, guy got busted for marijuana? How did you find out that, and how did you wind up with this guy being the guy? Because he's not really involved in the story. He just lives on the dude's property.
He was just living in a bus out in the forest.
Right.
You were out looking for weed yourself, right, and stumbled upon. Is that the deal?
I was on the job. Went to a news meeting, and one of our producers found the story. I think the Oklahoma County Sheriff's Office.
Yeah.
So I called them up. I go down, get an interview, talk about this, and then we decide to go out to the house. But we were under the impression that there were gunshots. Someone was out there firing a gun or whatever.
Right.
So we sent Jim Gardner and the chopper to fly over, and it was a really long driveway, and we get there and we're like, what the heck, let's drive down this sandy driveway. So we're driving down the driveway, and then Sir John Michael greets us, and he wasn't very happy.
Oh, really? He was angry at the time? Because by the time you got him on camera, he was very
well. I had to sweet talk him.
Did you?
Mm-hmm.
So did he not want to do an interview?
Initially, no.
Now, how do you sweet talk a guy? You just go,
okay, but hold on. I gotta go back
up
a step here, because you turn down this sandy driveway and you're in the forest.
Right.
East of the forest.
Does he come staggering out of the forest with the
Yes, he
pelt
does.
around his shoulders and the staff with the crystal?
The vest, the fur vest,
Yeah.
and the staff, crystal, whatever that was.
Yeah, that was awesome.
He didn't have that at first, but he did come stumbling out of the forest trees, whatever, and greeted us with, he had on the women's leggings, and I know they're women's leggings because he told me, with the men's underwear pulled over the leggings.
Yeah.
And they had a shirt on that was inside out and backwards.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Which he decided to take off for the interview, I noticed.
Right. He said, let me, I really want to dress up for this.
Yeah,
I said, I think you look fine just the way you are,
Spruce up, right?
Sir
So were
John
you
Michael.
worried for a minute that do you call him sir?
Well, of course.
Does he introduce himself as
How did
sir?
you get his full name?
Well, I didn't ask it in the beginning, and then eventually, I did ask for his name, and he said it was Sir John Michael. I didn't question him.
Yeah, well, who would?
Who
I mean,
would?
I told one of the things that came up in this text chain was like, is the guy really a sir? And I said, look at the crystal on the end of that staff.
Yeah.
You tell me.
You look at
Could
that
a
crystal.
plebe
You
get
tell me
that
he's
crystal?
not a sir.
Yeah.
It's funny.
So when he says, I want to go dress up for the interview, are you worried like, he's going to take the tights off and he's going to put on, he's going to come back in a polo shirt?
I think you look great the way you are,
Right.
Sir
Yes.
John.
Good for
Why
you.
change? Why ruin that? Don't
Good
mess
for you.
that up.
Yeah.
He said, I've got a vest that I'd like to put on for this. I go, you know what?
Well,
you
that's
go back to
scary.
that
You're
bus,
right.
put that vest
Yeah.
on, and come back.
Yeah, you better put that vest on.
I'm
Take him
worried
back.
right now. I'm thinking vest. Wait a minute. Is this some flak jacket he's going to put on? Some bomb vest?
No,
Is he crazy?
he's Sir John Michael. He's not going to put that
Wear
on.
whatever he
He's going to
wants.
put on,
I know,
if
but-
anything, he's going to put on a suit of armor.
It's true. It would be in a sir.
How brilliant would that be if he came riding back on
Clanking back
horseback
out.
with a suit of armor on?
Panties. And so when he said, I'm Sir John, didn't right then you go, we've got a gym here. Weren't you thinking right then?
Well, the
we got a good
underwear and the
one?
women's
But if he
leggings
was-
were Jim. I didn't need to know about all the sir.
Yeah.
But if he was angry, you might not have known. Like,
Well,
at what point did he settle down?
Well, the photographer I was working with, Cody McDonald, he gets out. He goes to get his camera. Sir John meets us. So he goes up and initially starts talking to Sir John, and then I think, oh, gosh, I got to get out of the car. So I get out, take my sunglasses off because we have to make eye contact.
Right. Well, sure.
And, right, yeah.
She's got to give him
You
the
at least
Joleen
owe
Chaney
him that
hypnotized.
respect. He is a sir.
So I listened to him for a bit, and then I thought, okay, I think I can do this. I just start talking to him. I said, look, Sir John, the way it is right now, it looks like you're a crazy man out here, beating the car with a crowbar. And we both know you're not crazy, but the way I got to write this, if you don't talk to me, that's what it's going to look like. Do you want that, Sir John?
See how she gets you, right?
Oh, yeah.
Some of that Joleen Chaney patter, man. You can't escape it now.
And so that's when he said, yeah, you know what?
He's
It'd be
like,
better if I told my own story.
Let me think about it. Let me think about it. And then I got to go get my vest.
Was the ponytail twisted up by that point? Like he didn't have to do that when he went to change clothes.
Well, he had 4 rubber bands placed, about an inch apart all the way down the ponytail.
And
so his hair was already fixed.
And so someone thought that I'm confused. Like they thought his ponytail was a weapon?
You know, it very well could have been. We
You
don't know the
that.
powers of
You
Sir
don't know
John.
what kind of
It could
knight
have
he
been.
is.
Yeah. Here's what he said.
Through the forest to the west, like a half a dozen guys with their guns drawn on me said, "Put down the gun." And I was twirling my ponytail.
So there's one point in the video where it looks like you're trying to not laugh. Were you trying to not laugh the whole way through?
Okay, I did laugh. I did.
Yeah.
I had to.
Yeah,
You
I thought
can't
so.
tell me
And
we're
did
twirling
it
your
faze him at
ponytail.
all?
No.
It's kind of disrespectful to a sir.
Correct.
To
So I had to
just-
turn my
Probably-
head.
He's probably used to it, though.
Well,
So he's
you
like,
don't know.
he's used to having to convince people, you doubt my greatness.
Yeah.
But let me display it for you.
And with great gems like this.
If life gives you lemons,
Now, come on. How do you not laugh at that? I mean, that's gold right
F
there.
life.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
What an interesting guy. Like, did you get more background than what we saw in the piece? Like, did you find
yes,
out?
yes,
Did he
the
go
mom-
into detail to you about the mom and the ex-wife?
He did.
Because we're all dying to know about
I know.
that.
I know.
Here's what we heard.
it happens to be my mother. I won't name any names, and my ex-wife. Why I live out here.
Okay. And so what's the backstory there?
Listen, I don't
She
want to
can't
go off
divulge
on
his
Sir
secrets,
John,
right?
Okay?
Right. Yeah.
We don't. He could come flying through that door at any minute.
You never
We don't
know.
That's true.
It,
With his court.
he's afraid of his ex-wife.
Oh.
Now, at what point did you learn that he was living in the school bus? Because I'm assuming that when you drove up, you thought he was living in the house, right?
Yeah.
We really didn't know who he was. He came out of the forest.
As a good night
As
will.
a good night will come
Yeah.
out. Exactly.
He told us. He
Yeah.
didn't, he lives. I think I asked him. I said, "Are you the guy who lives in a bus?" Yes.
Yeah.
How did you know that?
Sheriff's Department.
Oh, they said there's a guy out there that lives in the bus or lives in a bus?
Yes, and that he has really no part in it. He just lives out there on the land in a bus.
Listen, if you're that guy and the sheriff's department rolls in and they find marijuana, I would think you would have a hard time convincing them that you're not involved in
Right.
what was going on out
Well,
there.
he's got powers.
Yeah.
That's true.
So did the marijuana story ever even take place, or did it become a story about him?
Well, yeah,
I think Sir John took over the story.
he really did.
He's
He
the
became
character.
the story.
He became, right. You always got to pick out the good character, and then he tells the story.
From Channel 9's website, authorities find marijuana grow in Oklahoma County, and then it goes on to say, his name is Sir John Michael. Even quotes, life gives you lemons, blank life, Sir John Michael said.
Hey,
That's what he said.
Yeah, it's right there.
I'm not going to put words in that man's mouth.
No, he's got plenty. He's got plenty.
now what are his dreams and goals? Does he just want to
Well, he's got to
protect the
record.
forest?
Sure. He's also got a recording studio, he tells me, inside the school bus.
And you didn't get a look at that?
Well,
We're going back, right, for a sweeps piece.
Almost. It was very tempting to ask him, take me to your bus, Sir John. But
Nice.
for time purposes
You
and
couldn't-
safety reasons,
right.
I decided,
Right.
better judgment. And,
We should go. I mean, we'll go with you. We'll get some guys.
How long
and
do
go.
you think you talked to him?
oh, goodness, 20 minutes. He's chatty.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Because the piece itself is what, 90 seconds?
Oh, yeah.
And out of 20 minutes, you got that 90 seconds. But there's got to be other gems in there that we have
Oh.
yet to
Yeah.
see.
Can we air? Are we going to see any more of it on TV?
I don't think so. I think we're just going to let it lie.
Hey, you know that it made, the Comedy Central show At Midnight?
Oh,
You know
really?
they played it last night?
did not.
They did.
Yeah.
And talked about it. And
Yeah.
And I'm guessing that Daniel Tosh will probably pick up on it. I mean,
sure.
this thing's going to have some legs, I think.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to be known as the girl who finds these crazies.
Do people ever recognize you? Like, do you ever get interest from the Sweet Brown thing still? Did you ever get any, because you were the one that reacted to it?
Somewhat, but I think Sweet, she was come on.
You can't take the
Can't
spotlight
compete
from
with that.
her.
Heck no, you can't.
It's just going to be Joleen Chaney's found another one, though. I mean, you're going to get the reputation for that pretty soon. She's found another
Jolene's
one.
Gems.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And you just go out and just interview every man off the street.
They come to me.
Well, they do.
I don't go out searching for
I
this.
believe that.
Well, but I mean, listen. You're a beautiful woman. You look sort of damsel in distress-ish.
Really?
Maybe the night Sir John Michael saw that and responded to it.
He came out of the forest.
He sensed your presence and came out of the forest.
Oh, wow.
I love that he wanted to go in and spruce up a little, throw a vest on.
You know, he also said he mooned our chopper.
Wow. You didn't get that?
Did you get verification on whether or
Well,
not
I called
the
the
nude
station
sunbathing was going on?
I'm not sure. We weren't flying over on that day, on that particular day.
Here's what he said.
I was laying out nude. I thought they were looking at me.
Yeah.
He's referring to the police department. He thought that they were kept hovering over because he was nude, and he said they, they probably thought I was a woman because of my hair, and so I stood up and I, showed them I was a man.
I'm a man.
I'm a man. I'm a sir.
I'm a sir. Wow.
That's so great.
What an interesting guy.
Yeah. I would love a follow-up with him. You don't think, the viewers are craving a follow-up? Or use some
But
more
I
of
don't
that
think my
footage?
producers are.
Well, yeah, I was going to say, that was my next question, was when you took that back to the station, did the news director, the producers, whoever, did they appreciate what you had brought back, or were they like, we're not going to run this? Was there a fight to get it on?
Did they get the joke?
Somewhat.
They kind of get
I had
it?
to fight for Ponytail. They were trying to take Ponytail out. I
What?
said, no.
You know what I
That's
like?
beautiful.
You can't do that.
Here's what just happened. We just
Like
flip-flopped.
Samson, don't take away that man's
We
power.
just flip-flopped this whole thing because to start out, he's Sir John Michael. He's protecting the ladies and the forest animals in distress.
Right.
You went back to the TV station. You fought for him.
I
You
did.
stood up and
Yeah.
defended him.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's interesting too.
Very Crocodile Dundee. Remember, she was a city girl. And
She
he was out
protected him in the city.
Right.
I think it's interesting too that on that day you had on your leather outfit, which I thought was a Catwoman sort of thing, which was very
I
very
can
nice.
dress in character just like Sir John.
But
I
you
don't have to
didn't
have a
know
sir.
that. It was almost like the universe put you two together on that day.
Serendipity.
I love that movie.
Yes.
Didn't think about that, did you?
I didn't.
Just blew your mind.
Mind blown.
Consider it.
Mm.
Hashtag. All right, Jolene. Nice. Good job. Now, here's the thing. We're going to have to get Jolene out the rock star exit because, there's dudes in the hallway.
You don't know that Sir John Michael's not waiting out there to escort her out of the building.
He should be because you're going to have to fight.
Have you had a lot of attention, people wanting to talk to you about this?
Somewhat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, because the people love these stories. People love a good character.
Yeah.
I mean, here's the thing with Sweet Brown, though, and I don't know so much about this guy because he's one of these, he's like wily like a fox kind of guys, it seems
Right.
like. Don't laugh at him.
I'm not.
No.
He's your protector.
Yes, he is.
Your guardian angel.
Sir John.
But I get the sense that this guy is, to a certain degree, playing a character. Now, he didn't create the story that brought him to prominence, so there's got to be some reality to it as well. Sweet Brown was 100% real.
Authentic.
Like, she kept it 100.
Yeah.
This
Minding her
guy,
own
this
business.
guy may be about 60 to 70% real and a little bit of embellishment on the top of it.
Yeah.
But people love
Right.
people love a good just man on the street
Fine.
funny guy. Did you ever worry about when you're talking to him, like, how do I walk, or when you're editing the piece, maybe more than that, how do I walk the line of, I don't want to come off like we're laughing at this guy.
Right.
But he's an interesting guy, and
He sure is.
I want to tell his story, but I don't want it to become, let's make fun of this guy. Did you worry about that?
I think that's always a concern
Yeah.
when you're putting a story together, and they don't have to be a sir.
Yeah. Especially when you
but
are actually
especially
laughing
when
at
it's
the guy.
royalty.
Right, when it's royalty,
Yeah.
you're paying close attention.
There was one thing he said.
Tough question.
There was one thing that he said, Jolene, and you repeated it in your part, your audio, that was really funny, but you didn't laugh at it, and you said it as if it was. I can't remember what it was now. but it was something he said wrong and you repeated it. You remember what it was?
Ponytail indeed.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, it was something kind of
say
funny.
it with authority.
Yeah, something like that.
Well,
you know what it was? You're biting your cheek.
I think you know what I
laugh.
think it was is when she said, they said drop the weapon or put down the gun or whatever that was, and he said, "No, I'm twirling my ponytail," and then you said, and before you know it,
Sir John,
he and his ponytail are on the ground.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, that's what happened.
I know, but I love that. I
You're
could
right.
feel
You just say
Just
it.
speaking the truth.
I am speaking the truth.
The sarcasm was dripping from her voice. I could feel it. Yeah.
It's good stuff. Well,
That's
keep
good stuff.
finding them, man. Bring them to us. If Channel 9 gives you any business about it, bring them over here.
Oh, jeez.
Because we're more than happy. She don't want that. Don't do that.
Come on now.
Oh, wait. Ryan spent 45 minutes trying to find that. I had to play it.
So bring them to us. We're more than happy to take those people off your hands and giving you full credit. You could be our special source.
Well, I appreciate that.
You could be our damsel, our dame,
Our royalty finder.
Lady Joleen.
Oh, wow.
Now, do they all
like
stay
that.
in touch with you, the crazies? Do you still talk to Sweet Brown?
I don't.
No.
You know, I mean,
She
she's
never
moved
talked
on.
to Sweet
She's-
Brown.
I never actually.
She was
talked
just
to
the
her.
you were in
anchor.
the studio that day, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
A photographer went out and
Yeah.
found that and brought it back, and I saw it. And clear the rundown, guys. Sweet's going in.
What if Sir John is your like personal Batman, and anytime you're in trouble,
Yeah,
out
there
of
he
the
is.
shadows swoops Sir John to take care of the bad
Right.
guys?
Do I need a whistle, or do I need how
I
is
think
he
he
I
gonna
just
think
know?
watches
his
from
magic
afar.
crystal will
Yeah.
show him when you're in distress.
Yeah.
and
Right,
he
so
can
my
just be
face
there.
will pop up in the
In the magic crystal, yeah.
and then
Yeah.
whatever's going on, and then he's
there.
comes out of the forest.
Sure.
and-
So great.
That's awesome.
I love it.
All right,
Thank you
Joleen.
for
Hey,
getting
what are
up
you
and
working
coming
on
in.
today? Are you on TV today, JoleneChaney.com?
She probably doesn't know. Do you ever know
I
going
never
in?
know. No,
Yeah.
I never know. We go to a news meeting. We have to pitch story ideas, and if they like it, great. If not, you're going out to the forest.
Yeah.
Wow.
Listen to the
Go for
scanner.
break.
What are you pitching today?
It's too early.
She
for
don't
that.
want to give away
Come
her
on
secrets.
Well, okay.
Man, don't be asking for a trade
He's 9
secret.
at
Sir
10.
John Michael will be in here on your
That's
ass.
true. Spotted monkey.
Oh, jeez.
Okay. Thanks, Jolene.
The Rick and Brad Show.
KATT, The Cat.